It was a word that ripped a hole in the universe.
Laurel. 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 Laurel.
So, was it Yanny or Laurel? We asked the experts.
We're going to do the Laurel and Yanny debate with these cute 3-year-old twins. What's your name?
Boston.
Okay. All right, so we're going to press play and see who hears what.
Laurel. Yanny. Yanny. Laurel. Yanny. No, it's Laurel.
It's going to lead to war. This got to be such a big deal. Even the White House got involved.
It's Laurel. But I could deflect and divert to Yanny.
Sarah, it's been reported that you hear Laurel. How do you respond?
Clearly you're getting your information from CNN because that's fake news. All I hear is Yanny.
I hear Kofefi.
So, here's the thing. That video about Laurel and Yanny now becomes a Laurel and Yanny in itself, meaning if you like Trump, you'll actually laugh. But if you're a host at CNN, you'll say, how can you laugh when children don't have socks in Kyrgyzstan? So this silly audio puzzle may be the greatest metaphor for media bias ever. Think about this. When Trump says something, what do you hear? A joke. But the media, they hear racism. And when you hear Trump describe MS-13 as animals, what did the media hear?
The President of the United States saying these are not people, they are animals. It is a disgusting way to talk about human beings.
He does things like call immigrants animals.
He was just talking about MS-13. Good enough?
No, not good enough. It is a very slippery slope when you start dehumanizing people this way. It's what the Nazis did.
But she is the model of civility.
You know how to spell hypocrisy? Or should I spell it out for you? Back off, you creep. I'll use the lines.
Please don't do this. It really annoys me. I'm so through with your mansplaining, and you're smirking and you're laughing. I'm not in the mood for this day.
Make a point.
Oh, happy day.
I've made my point.
So, the media gets it wrong, but why should they care? Trump is mean and evil. He's like Dr. Jekyll in Mr. Hyde, minus the Dr. Jekyll. Essentially, he's just Mr. Hyde. But this is what happens when you're so consumed by Trump hate that you can't think straight. Recently, the Daily Caller asked people, who would you rather date, a felon or a Trump supporter? A majority said felon. Now, they're lying. But the great thing about surveys, you can do that. If they really meant it, they'd head to a local prison, go straight to death row, and snuggle a serial killer. You'll die, but you showed Trump. But the media's worse. Here's a tweet from John Harwood. Quote, however repugnant their actions, MS-13 gang members, they're human beings, in my humble opinion. No, he's right. MS-13, they are humans. But, John, so was Hitler. So was Charles Manson. Jeffrey Dahmer. Carrot Top. So when your fact applies to everyone, it's no longer meaningful. Oh, yes, he killed your family, but both of you enjoyed Star Wars. That doesn't work. Nancy disagrees.
When the President of the United States says about undocumented immigrants, these aren't people, these are animals, you have to wonder, does he not believe in the spark of divinity, the dignity and worth of every person?
No, hold on. I think I just realized the MS in MS-13 stands for misunderstood. Keep talking. I wanted to keep talking because if this is the direction the Democrats want to go, just re-elect Trump now. You're becoming the cartoon we always thought you were. But at least the media is coming to grips with their own delusions.
I do think that we have to acknowledge that there is so much more happening in the world than Donald Trump. And we in the media are essentially all Trump all the time. Let me express my own addiction as well. You know, my wife and I, we find ourselves, our pillow talk is sometimes about Trump.
I am a Trump addict. I think I'm willing to admit that. I think all roads lead to Trump right now.
So yes, he's addicted to Trump, but the first step to recovery is admitting you have a problem. And now there's a place to kick the habit.
You've heard about it in the media.
We have to acknowledge that there is so much more happening in the world than Donald Trump.
But the first step to healing is admitting it.
I am a Trump addict.
Before it's too late.
My wife and I, we find ourselves, our pillow talk is sometimes about Trump. But
terrible.
That's right, it is terrible. But now there's hope thanks to the Brian Stelter Institute for the Trump Addicted. We understand the need for a safe space to talk about your unhealthy obsession with the president.
I stay up all night waiting to see what Trump's going to tweet next. I haven't slept in 483 days.
I see. Mr. Gennaro, what about you?
You know, I watch these Trump rallies on TV. It just seems like the more fun they have, the angrier I get, you know. I just get upset.
Well, the good news is this is not a real medical condition, so you can grow a pair and get on with your lives. Feel better now?
A little bit. I do. I do.
The Brian Stelter Institute for the Trump Addicted, so you can stop whining forever.
All right. And so like every other week, the media chases words and overlooks deeds. But I get it. It's frustrating. They've been obsessing over Russian collusion, and it seems to be shrinking away. You know what the collusion story really is for the media? It's like the press bought a roast chicken on a Sunday, and by Tuesday, they're down to nothing but bones and gristle. True, the roast chicken of collusion is bare. If only the media had a roast chicken collusion regenerator.
Hey, Tom, you're on in 5 minutes.
I know. But my Russia collusion chicken, look, it's almost gone. How am I going to talk about Russia without my delicious rotisserie chicken of Russian collusion?
You mean you don't know about the roast chicken collusion regenerator?
No, tell me more.
It's right over there.
How's it work?
The roast chicken collusion regenerator uses hysteria convection technology to regrow your collusion chicken, ensuring there's always fresh meat to the story. It even comes in a compact desk unit for companies that rely on Russian collusion chicken for their day-to-day business.
Here we go, 30 seconds.
Whoa, that is some fresh collusion chicken.
Well, you know what they say. Give a man a roast chicken, he'll collude for a day. Give him a collusion chicken regenerator, he'll collude for a lifetime.
We'll be able to pick at this forever. Thanks, Collusion Chicken Regenerator.
Order now and we'll throw in a free Stormy Daniels spatula. No matter what the news picks up, you can always flip it to Stormy.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't high when I came up with that. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He's got more tails than a petting zoo. Author of Up in the Air and columnist at Harper's Magazine, Walter Kern. If you are feeling blue, seek out Dr. Drew, host of the radio show Dr. Drew Midday Live, Dr. Drew Pinsky. Her favorite children's book is The Omen. National Review reporter Kat Timpf. And his favorite snack is the actual Milky Way. Former WWE superstar, my massive sidekick, Tyrus. All right. Walter, you've been traveling the country. I haven't seen you for months. You're not even watching any news.
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't even know what I'm talking about, the Laurel, whatever. What do you take about the gulf between the media and the public you've just seen?
Okay. In late February, I left on an 8-week road trip across the South and Southwest. I determined that I would watch no news, not go on the internet, and not listen to the radio. The last words I heard before leaving were Stormy Daniels and Robert Mueller.
Yeah.
8 weeks away, I turned back on the radio. The first words I heard were Robert Mueller and Stormy Daniels. I call myself Trump Van Winkle. Apparently, except for aging slightly, America is doing exactly the same thing every day, which is obsessing about non-stories while North Korea denuclearizes, the Iran deal gets ripped up. There's not just some news out there.
Yeah.
There's like the biggest news of our lifetime.
Yes. Don't go away anymore. Dr. Drew, okay, let's get to that. This Laurel Yanny thing explains everything in life, and that scares me. And I think you might agree with me.
I do agree with you. You're a Scott Adams acolyte who pointed that out, that it's a tear in the universe. It points this thing out that we can both all hear the same thing. We can listen to the same thing and hear two completely different things. The MS-13 discussion was a perfect example of that. And people get heated about it. It's so weird to me. They really but you saw those twins. They were getting upset about it. But I'm telling you what, the metaphor that I like even better that you pointed out a minute ago was Trump addiction.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to get into that, but the media needs to go cold Trump.
Yeah.
There's really no other way. There's no other way to deal with it.
You are the expert.
I'm telling you. Plus,
You're the expert.
The obsession, their life's falling apart, there's progression. They tried the same thing over and over again, right?
But Dr. Drew, here's the thing about addiction. If you go cold turkey without giving your life over to a higher power, you're just going to be angry, frustrated, and resentful.
No, they're going to be a dry Trump.
Yeah.
And so and so the dry Trump may be worse than the using Trump. You're absolutely right. No, that's exactly
dry Trump.
Yeah.
I'm amazed that this is the first time those words have ever been uttered
together.
Yes,
together.
A higher power. I don't know who that. It could be Liz Warren. Katz, what do you make of the media, this whole kerfuffle, if you will, over animals?
Well, it's so interesting because so many in media wake up every morning trying to think of what negative story can I put out there about Trump. And this week, the best they could do was that he thinks that gang members are not good people. I always thought that if somebody rapes a bunch of people and rips their limbs off and murders them, that it's not a big deal if you don't like that person.
Yes.
I really always thought that wasn't controversial, but apparently it is.
No. You're being judgmental.
I guess.
How dare you call rapists and murderers animals? All right, Tyrus, bring it home.
Well, first of all, I got to see him on his trip.
Yeah.
And he looked like he had been in some trouble. Like he was weird. He's scary. It was like 12 o'clock at night, and he came to my house, and I was like, "Whoa, Walter, are you a murderer?" Like he looked weird. But he didn't watch the news or anything. We watched Jaws, and he talked during the whole movie. But this is what is so great about him. I didn't mind it, like, because he was explaining to me how different. He's like, in this part, he's chasing this Moby Dick, and this. And I was like, yeah, okay, I get why he basically narrated Jaws to me. It was phenomenal. So, and when he left, I said he looked like a filthy animal. So,
Tyrus, I just noticed your tattoos.
Just now?
Yeah. And I was
the next
watching an
segment, he's going to notice I'm black, and then he's going to everything else. He's going to call on me. I just think that we live in a world today, it's sad. Or maybe good. I don't know. If I was MS-13, I'm apparently a better person than the president. I guess that's I guess that's cool in certain.
According to
it used to be frowned upon.
Yes.
If I wrote on my job application MS-13, I'm not going to get the job, and probably some men in a uniform are going to show up. Now it's presidential treatment.
Now they're going to talk about your spark of humanity.
And maybe give me a hug. Yeah, let's all go out and hug MS-13 members. Let's all get together and hug. See how that works out.
Yeah. All right, I am the spark plug of humanity.